Hello fellow old schoolers, and welcome to the second grudge match between the playgroup of the Long Island Crew and Aalborg Electric Eels. And this match, we don't have any deck pictures. It is a bit different because these are just decks made up on the fly from a cube. So yeah, these decks are gonna be a bit wonky, but it was just made that evening. And it's a draft cube where you just pick random cards from random piles you get. Then you those cards circle around between like 20 players, and so you don't know what you're gonna get, and you don't really know what kind of decks you can brew from those cards you get. But it is a match between myself and Peter that we saw on Factory Control several times on this channel. And he has made a control deck. That's the cards he got. And I made a Goblin black and red deck with a bunch of Royal Assassins. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of an aggro deck against the control deck here. So let's just see how this grudge match plays out. And we can actually see Peter's hand. He's on the left here. The Fireball and Underworld Dreams, a Counterspell, Plateau, and a couple of islands, I think. And that might be, yeah, that's a Transmute artifact. So, yeah, we'll have a roll off here. He's on the play, Island coming out. Badlands into the first little Goblin critter here. I think he has Mountain Walk though. That's pretty nice. And Peter plays a Sage of Latnam here. It's a 1/2 creature, and he can sacrifice an artifact to gain an additional draw. But it's mainly that 1/2 I think will matter here, because my Goblin is only a 1/1. So just a really aggressive move here, just paralyzing that old man. So it's tapped, and he needs to pay 4 mana to untap him. Really going in here and getting a Goblin Balloon Brigade out. It's a 1/1, and I can play red mana to make it fly. And he plays a Plateau here. That actually gives me a Mountain Walk and a Factory coming out of the Goblin deck. Oh, there's a moat on his hand. You need another white mana, and you can get the moat out. Ooh, fireballing both Goblins here. Little critters just burned to a crisp. What do we have here? Ooh, yeah, I remember that. I got a sushi out of the pile, so that was pretty nice. Kept that. So my deck is mainly an aggro deck that has a bunch of burn to finish the game, like expels and stuff like that. So I need to do a bunch of damage early. I don't know what I'm against here, but it is a control deck. We can see his hand as a Tetravus and a Mana Drain and a Counterspell, so he's really a bit of a counter mage here. Now we're coming in with the Sushi and the Factory. Pendelhaven coming down. I don't have green in the deck, but I kept the Pendelhaven as a druid in the cube, because he can pump the 1/1 Goblins. City of Brass coming down, and he untaps his Sage of Latnam here. Bit unlucky on his part, because he could have played the moat if he hadn't untapped that, but he didn't know what he would draw. He drawed the second white mana here, so now sacrificing the Sage of Latnam to block the Sushi. Ooh, there's an Iron Claw Orc, 2/2, but it's a coward. He can't block any creatures with power greater than 1. Yeah, but he has 2 white mana, so we'll likely see a moat here, right? Yeah, here we go. So the party has ended. I can't get in with any of my ground forces anymore. We need a Goblin Balloon Brigade to fly over it. Ooh, and all the just start the expel burns now. No, considering something else. I think I should. No, I'm earthquaking instead. And he summons my Sushi. Oh, I did that because I wanted to get 4 life out of the... Oh, that was a good play, actually. Because the Sushi would die, I would gain 4 life, and then I could fireball him for 4. With the final red mana up. But he unsummons my Sushi, so I don't get the 4 mana. Because I made a mistake and played the fireball and showed that before. So he knew I had that, he knew the plan. Pretty nice though. Now I Chain Lightning on him. Goes down to 1. Now drain life for 1. And he knows I have a fireball. So just forfeiting the game here. He doesn't want to show all his counter magic because there's another round after this one. And we have no sideboards, it's just the decks we made. So 1-0 for the Goblin King deck here. Pretty damn nice, but that mode was trouble. I don't have any way to remove a mode because I'm black and red in this deck. So yeah, also a bit scary to see. But I mean, the deck did what it was supposed to do. Did a bunch of damage early on, and then finished it off with a bunch of X spells. So that's my strategy. I'm definitely the beatdown in this matchup. Oh, I have to mulligan here though. We see his hand, bunch of lands in it to Travis. And what's that? That's a Basalt Monolith? And a land tax or something? Or Wrath of God, I think it's a Wrath of God. Okay, so I'm going down to 6 cards here. At least I'm on the draw. Keeping that hand. Okay, Tundra go. Swamp go, no 1-drop here. And then now he can counter, but he can't counter. He doesn't have any counter spells in hand as far as I can see. Bit mana flooded on Peter's side here. There's a Basalt Monolith coming down, a lot of mana. And I only have swamps, so it's a bit cracking his Tundra. Okay, but yeah, I didn't realize how many lands he actually has in that hand. Suppose it might postpone the mode a bit, maybe. Okay, to Travis coming down. Someone kind of pushed the camera here, so we have a bit of an odd angle. I hope it'll work still. Okay, there's the first little goblin coming out with his balloon. He's probably really proud of that contraption. And the Travis flies in and attacks here. Getting in for 4, that's trouble. And now transmuting his Basalt Monolith. I wonder what he'll pick. Getting a book out. This was a bit of a random event where we just set it up, so there is a bit of a glare here. Oh, drain life. And then chain lightning on to Travis, getting rid of it, and now getting in with a 1/1 little critter here. Drew into a Millstone. I think that was his main plan. It is to mill the other guy away. And if failing that, he can fly in with those to Travis. So, okay, the goblins are just pouring out of the mountains here. And he draws with that book. Getting 2 draws here, that's pretty damn brutal in a matchup like this, because there aren't that many draw engines. Oh, we got an Abyss out here. Lethal enchantments. One of the goblins goes screaming down into that Abyss. Getting out of one of those hags. I think she's 3/2, and I can attack with her, and I need to pay 2 colorless mana, or she does, I think, 3 damage to me or something like that. So she's a pretty angry troll. But she won't live long. I mean, I'm just casting her to get an attack in with her, because I'll likely sacrifice the goblins to the Abyss now. Yeah. So we're just trying to kind of do some damage early on here. I can't remove the Abyss, so we need to get the ball rolling here. Now paying 2 colorless mana in order for her not to poke me. Doing 3 points of damage for that troll. Now we need another creature to feed the Abyss with. Ooh, Goblin King here. He's a 2/2 when there's only 1 king. But he gives all other goblins +1/+1, and if there's 2 kings, they'll boost each other. But there's only 1 king here, so it's likely just cannon fodder for that Abyss. I mean, this is almost like playing against a tier 1 control deck here. Wrath of God, okay, you want none of it. Doesn't want to get 3 points of damage. Doesn't want to come within burn range here. Okay, so might as well start up. He's tapped out, so just getting all the burn out we can. Lightning bolting him here, putting him down to 9 points of life. It is still a lot of life. That Abyss, man. Really a vulnerability for me. Because I can't remove enchantments. Oh, this is a disc. I wish I had that on my side, but he has a disenchant in hand, so it wouldn't even have mattered that much. Okay, now Earthquaking for 5. Okay, that's a lot of damage actually. Now, can he counter this? Okay, I'm going down to 13. He's down to 4 points of life here. Pretty damn close. He needs some counter magic, or I'll just straight up burn him out. Abyss or no Abyss. But he has a book. This feels like playing against a deck actually. But it isn't. It's just what he could get a hold of. So he has really focused on going the control route here with his pile of random cards. So he draws with the book here. Even more land. I place a double. Ooh, transmute artifact. On that disc. Yeah, that's not worth much. I don't have many artifacts or enchantments in my deck. My deck is just simple. But I'm not that experienced of a cube player. I haven't tried to draft that much in old school. So I thought that, well, get a bunch of small critters out and get some X spells. That sounds good, right? I would likely get a counter spell or something. Oh, of course not. No, he can't. He's just getting a Silverstone. He doesn't have any better artifacts, actually. So, I suppose at least that provides some mana, but... I didn't think that he would ever use that disc. I'm not sure about that play. I mean, I could play a heck of a lot of creatures and try to overrun the Abyss at some point. That disc would be nice for him, but I don't think he knew what was in his deck. I mean, as said, these are brand new decks. So, it likely hoped that he had a Travis or something to hit me with. Fly over. Because the Abyss won't touch the Travis, it only kills non-artifact creatures. But each upkeep it will destroy a creature on each side, but it won't destroy an artifact like this, and it's even a land. It's a Mistress Factory, so that might get in. Okay, so now we're trying to get a bunch out here. Yeah, the disc is gone, man, so we're getting in with the Urg Raiders and some Goblins, trying to get in for the final 4 points of damage here. Okay, he mills me at my end step. You just really can't see the Millstone. It's a sneaky Millstone. Because the camera angle is a bit wonky in this game, because yeah, someone hit the camera by accident. But I still wanted to upload this one. It is a battle for honor between two playgroups here. Yeah, so he needs to think on his feet here. Next turn I'll get in for 4 if he has no answer. Okay, here it is. So he mana drains the Urg Raider. So this was all done, actually. The milling was done as a response to the Urg Raider, just to see what he could get. So he has 2 colorless mana, and that Goblin Balloon Brigade won't be worth much now. And we saw he had a disenchant in hand, so he can actually handle my factory as well. So I lost a bunch of cards here for no gain. Perhaps I should have waited a bit. So he just uses the colorless mana to mill me again, and then he draws with the book. And we only have 40 cards in our decks with cube decks like this. So that Millstone is even more brutal than it would otherwise be. There's a time walk for him. We actually saw he had a fireball in hand as well. So I wonder if he gets enough mana, he can actually fireball me out. How much does he have? He just draws another card. I mean, at least his own library must be pretty thinned out at this point as well, with all those draws he has. But the Millstone, yeah, it takes 2 cards from me. Now it passes the turn. Okay, the poor Goblin goes out because of that Abyss. We need a bunch of burn here, or he mills me at my end step again. I'm trying to look over my graveyard to see how many burn spells have been used. It is my only out at this point, because he blocked my creature rush with that mana drain. He mills me one more time here. I can't have many cards left in my library. So it is a rare sight to lose because someone decks you. But I suppose it's going to happen pretty soon. I think there's only... I think this is close to game, actually. He draws again. 2 cards with that book. And he mills me one more time. Pendelhaven Paralyzed getting out. Okay, that's okay. We can't use them. I wonder why I don't attack him. Oh, he has a Mace of Ith. That's why. What do we have here? Can we get the sushi out or something? Some artifact creature. I'm fireballing him here. He counters me. I wanted to do that because I didn't want him to... I'm just going full in here as much as I can, because he might have divine offerings and he can munch a few life and survive. And I need to get him before he gets my deck. Now he mills me as a sushi. Dang it. Oh, it's like 5 cards left in my deck and he mills 2 of them. Here's his. He's got 7 cards left in his deck, so pretty damn close. Now we need to see, will he mill my burn spells or will I draw them? It's a random chance here. Drawing one of the cards here. I have 4 cards left in my deck. He can actually mill me at my end step if he hasn't done so, and then mill me at his own turn, and I'll be gone in my draw step, unless he has already milled me. To see if there's a... If he has milled all my burn spells away. Okay, what can we make happen here? This is make it or break it. Drain life for 3. That's all the swamps I have. Let's see if he will allow this. It puts him within bolt range. But I need to play it now. Oh, he has Divine Offering and a counterspell and a fireball. That's all I had. And I couldn't... Yeah, I was trying to play the Royal Assassin and that orc thing to poke him. Yeah, I didn't have any more burn spells in hand and I didn't get any more swamps. But he had a counterspell in hand. So, yeah. That Castle Millstone won this match. It is 1-1. Between the Long Island crew and the Aalborg Electric Eels here. Let's brace for impact and for the third and deciding match between these weird decks here. Here we go. I'm sorry about the camera angle, it is a bit tilted. We didn't know that it had been pushed. Okay, he's mulliganing down to 6 here. It's always something. Really like that he made a Millstone deck work. He would mill me next turn or fireball me out. That's a nice hand actually. A Plains, a Swamp and a Tundra and a Felverstone and a Millstone and a Book and a Fireball. So he's decently mana fixed here. What will he take out? Seems like he's taking the Millstone down at the bottom of his library. He won't be able to use that then. I suppose he can shuffle the library with a transmute artifact. Yeah, okay, so I'm on the play. 1-1 Goblin coming straight out the gate. He drew into a darn moat there, so we don't have a lot of time to get the damage in. Felverson, he'll get it down next turn. A Goblin King coming in, and we have Mountain Walk and 2-2 coming in here, and look at this. Mode just stops me in my tracks here. All that aggro for naught. Oh, but that's a flying little fella. I can pump him with red mana and he can fly over that moat with his little balloon and throw rocks down on the head of Peter here. That'll be the plan. What did he get here? A book? Yep, he got the book out. Gonna read again. Okay, we'll make the little fella fly and it flies over the moat. 1 point of damage. No, 2 points of damage because of that Goblin King. Oh yeah. So it's a boosted Goblin Balloon Brigade here. But he fireballs him and the Goblin King. So our options are kind of limited at this point. At least we got some good licks in. Royal Assassin here, not a lot of features to slice and dice. Supposedly we got rid of the fireball. So it's down to 15 points of life, and we're already at a point of the game where I probably need to try and burn him out because of those damn moats. I think this is a pretty brutal matchup for my poor little goblins, but I really like that he can make a defensive deck like this work in a draft. I wouldn't have thought it possible. But yeah, it's so great because I had that much enchantment removal. And now, or artifact removal, now you can draw with the book. Has a disenchant and a time walk. Suppose you can just time walk and draw again with the book or something? No? But we transmute the Felverstone, that makes sense. But because that Royal Assassin, he'll have a hard time getting in with the Travis. I suppose he could take a Millstone. Just go the really long route, trying to mill me out again. Because yeah, he takes the Millstone. Okay, so it's a really long play for his win con here, but he likely reckons that he can't really use. There's another Royal Assassin going to the graveyard, getting milled out. Yeah, but he can't. He'll have a hard time getting in with the other. Oh, here he time walks with the Travis because of the Royal Assassin. It keeps guard. Ooh, Underworld Dreams though. So the clock is on me. Another enchantment that I'll have a hard time dealing with. What to do? So he mills me at my end step. I don't do anything. Oh, it's a fireball going to the graveyard here. Those are their weight worth in gold here. So question is, will I get milled out or will the Underworld Dreams finish me before that? Or can we make something happen? Mills me again. Iron Claw and a Swamp. I'm glad I don't have to draw those. Yeah, taking a point of damage from the Underworld Dreams. Okay, what do we have here? Ooh, okay, yeah. That's a brutish Orcish artillery here. The allies of my goblins. So time to make those bolt throws fly. Draws with the book again. The good thing about him is that I can actually just start to shoot him. It'll do 2 points of damage to him, and it'll do 3 damage to me. Combined with that Underworld Dreams, it is a bit of a risky play, but it's my only out. And I mean, combined with all my burn spells, I might make this work still. So I think he decides to draw again here. Yep. Got an unsummon. Suppose he could just unsummon my Orcish artillery. It'll postpone it a turn. Yep, he does so here. God dang it. We don't have a lot of time before my deck is milled out. As said, we only have 40 cards in our decks when we play Cube. So yeah, I suppose we need to play it again. The question is, can he counter it? Sinkholing his Mace of Ith for good measure. A bit of a weird play, but I suppose I have some flyers. Okay, so he mills me here. Getting a few goblins, not worth much. Oh yeah, I should take a point of damage. He reminds me here. So down to 17 points of life. He's at 14. Maybe we can let the barrage start here with the artillery, trying to shoot down the castle walls. Oh, there's a sushi. Oh, it doesn't really matter. It's not an abyss this time. It's a moat. So going down to 16 points of life in my draw step because of that Underworld Dreams. So, ooh, Goblin Balloon Brigade. Nice. You can't counter it, so it is only a 1-1. A little Balloon Brigade here. But it's better than nothing. Every point of damage counts here, because I need to kill him before that Orcish contraption blows up in my face, because it does more damage to me than it does to my opponent, which it's quite comical. That's Orcish engineering for you. Oh, he plays an Abyss. Ah, that Abyss. Look at this brutal board state. Okay, he mills me again here. Okay, at his end step, the August Artillery, let's rip. 3 points of damage to myself and 2 to him. Bit of a nail biter, this one, actually. So, okay, putting some hot air in that balloon, flying over the moat, and punching him. Doesn't do anything. Okay, I fireball him for a bunch here. Draws a card with that book. Oh, he draws into a counterspell, and I actually think that fireball was for lethal. At least it was a bunch. Not quite lethal, but it would be so great because I could poke him and shoot him combined for 3 damage next turn. We can see 5 mana here, but I think there might be a few mana outside the camera angle. I'm not sure, but at least 5 points of damage for that fireball. But yeah, he drew into a counterspell here with that book. Just in the nick of time, saved by his reading ability. Speed learning a counterspell saved his life. Is that a paralyze? Yeah, he'll paralyze that one. I shoot him as a fast effect as a response to that because I don't want to. I might as well. It's a free shot. So now I have to pay 4 mana. It delays me again because I want to untap and it costs 4 mana, and then I'll have to wait before I can cast the other X spell. So it makes sense. Mills me again here. Taking a lightning bolt and a mountain. Both down to 9 points of life. And obviously, I think I'll pay the mana to untap. I was a bit unsure if he had taken the damage from the August Artillery here, but he said he has, and I think he's right. I'm keeping a couple of red mana untapped here because I want to fly with the balloon, and I also want to. And I myself forget to sacrifice my Royal Assassin to the Abyss, and he reminds me. We're in a bit of a hurry here, getting in with the balloon. Another balloon. Nice. Would have liked them a bit earlier. Now we just need to draw into a Goblin King. To boost. It's a Wrath of God. I shoot him as a fast effect. Just wiping the entire board here. All the goblins getting destroyed. So the plan was here to just play a creature each turn, and if I can, and finish him with the flying goblins and that August Artillery. Okay, so now he transmutes, gets in a Tetravus for the coup de grace here. The finishing blow. Down to 5 points of life. Now if I had a detonate, that would be so hilarious to detonate that Tetravus. I think I play with them. Yeah, we're just discussing something here. Not sure what. Okay. So he looks through his graveyard. He doesn't have anything in hand. So let's see what we draw here. An X spell would be kind of nice. To get a victory out of the jaws of defeat here. Blowing all my goblins away was pretty damn crucial with that Wrath of God. Close match this one. 6 points of life versus 4 points of. Oh, drain lifing him here. Oh yeah, I'm doing that in order to survive a bit longer. I can only drain him for 3, and that puts him within bolt range. But what's more important is I gain 3 life, and I'll survive the Tetravus for a single draw more. And could get the finishing spell, and he draws with that book as a fast effect. So it all comes down to this. What did he get? Gives it a good think. Sacrifice a point of life. Yeah, that's what he drew. He told me that. He drew a top deck the counterspell again with that book. So countering the drain life, and I think this is the correct play. I could double bolt him here and win. And I think I'm faking it here. Yeah, I'm just doing that. Earthquaking for 2 for good measure. But I can't do anything. Paralyze and a troll. Let's see what we get. A chain lightning. So had I drained him down to 3, I would have survived another turn, and I would have been lucky enough to draw a chain lightning and finish the game right there. I mean, unless he milled me before my draw step, but he usually mills at my end step, so I would have drawn that chain lightning, I think. Good game this one, really coming down to the wire, drawing that counterspell, blocking the drain life so he could kill me a turn earlier and be just with outside bolt range. If that counterspell hadn't hit, the next draw would have been a chain lightning. So yeah, it is 2-1 to the Castle Millstone. The siege from the Orcs and Goblins failed this time, but yeah, I'll make sure to be back with some more games. Perhaps the Trolls and Goblins will be back one day. This deck was just a one-off though. So that was it for tonight's battle. Thank you for watching, you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.